Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, we just got a new sponsor. It's Anchor. They must think we're doing something right because they picked us back up.
That's amazing. Want to hear something even more amazing?
Yeah?
I actually know what they are.
You are full of shit. I'm calling your bluff. Tell me about Anchor.
Okay, so Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place.
I'm actually surprised you knew that, but did you also know that Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer?
Yes, because I see you do that on your phone all the time and it looks pretty simple.
It really is, and when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
But I use CastBox.
Yeah, darling, I know you like CastBox. It gets distributed there too, and lots of other platforms as well.
And how much are we paying for this awesome service?
Absolutely nothing.
Coolio! So then we should tell people to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started?
Yep, do it now.
Husband,
Yeah, wife.
do you remember what happened?
Well, you just read me the synopsis a second ago. So there's like turning on and off plagues and Paul Bunyan and stuff.
Oh my god, you're so stupid. You were not supposed to,
Pay attention to you when you spoke?
No, you weren't supposed to give me away like that.
Oh, okay.
And like, basically you just repeated back what I told you.
I did. So I really have no clue actually, but...
Just there were more plagues, basically.
Yeah, that.
And for some reason we did talk about Paul Bunyan.
But I mean, when you said that, I did remember, like the snake things and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like who had the biggest plague.
So to speak.
Right.
All right, so what are we doing today?
I believe we're on 11 and 12 of Exodus.
We are. Exodus chapters 11 and 12.
Awesome. Let's do this.
Okay.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap.
Oh.
But, we can definitely use any amount, so, like, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay, Exodus chapter 11.
All right.
The death of the firstborn foretold.
Damn it.
Womp, womp, womp.
Foretold.
Right? I mean, it's so ominous.
Right.
Then the Lord said to Moses, I will strike Pharaoh and the land of Egypt with one more blow, because I'm a dick.
Right.
After that, Pharaoh will let you leave this country. In fact, he will be so eager to get rid of you that he will force you all to leave.
I'm not sure why he's not already been eager to get rid of him.
Because God made him be a dick too. Remember?
Right, I know.
Tell all the Israelite men and women to ask their Egyptian neighbors for articles of silver and gold. Okay, the next part's in parentheses. Now the Lord had caused the Egyptians to look favorably on the people of Israel, and Moses was considered a very great man in the land of Egypt, respected by Pharaoh's officials and the Egyptian people alike. End parentheses.
Because he brought plagues upon them?
Yeah. Awesome.
What?
I know my heart is filled with love.
Okay.
Moses had announced to Pharaoh, "This is what the Lord says, at midnight tonight." I wonder if he meant like Eastern time or like Mountain time, Pacific time.
Also, how do you know exactly when it's midnight?
That's true because, stop coughing. Do you have the Rona?
No.
You might. Oh my God. Are you going to die? Do we need to turn this off?
I think God just hit me with a plague of cough.
Because you were making fun of him and yeah, so should I not sit by you?
No, we're good. Let's go.
Okay. Jesus. So anyway, at midnight tonight, Eastern Pacific, I will pass through the heart of Egypt. All the firstborn sons will die in every family in Egypt, from the oldest son of Pharaoh, who sits on his throne, to the oldest son of his lowliest servant girl who grinds the flour.
I mean, he's already been a dick, and now he's going to kill all the first sons?
Well, and just think about what he just said. That bitch who has a hard enough life, I'm about to make it worse. Shit gonna get real for that lowliest little bitch.
Right.
That's so mean. Even the firstborn of all the livestock will die. Then a loud wail will rise throughout the land of Egypt, a wail like no one has heard before or will ever hear again. But among the Israelites, it will be so peaceful that not even a dog will bark. Then you will know that the Lord makes a distinction between the Egyptians and the Israelites. I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to laugh because first you were coughing and now the cat is playing with the Christmas tree.
Yeah. She's being a little shit.
Oh my God, she's pulling the curtains down. Oh, fuck. Hey, cat, cut it out. Oh my God.
And now she wants you your peppermint patties.
Oh, this is terrible. This is the worst podcast ever. Come on, cat. Stop it.
There, she's done.
Okay. Phew, just a paragraph left. Let's see if we can make it through this.
This is the plague of our cat.
And your coughs.
Yeah, that.
All the officials of Egypt will run to me and fall to the ground before me. Please leave, they will beg. Hurry and take all your fucking followers with you.
I think they didn't say fucking.
They didn't, but they should have, though.
Right.
And it was quite fitting.
Yeah.
Only then will I go. Then, burning with anger, Moses left the Pharaoh. Now the Lord had told Moses earlier, Pharaoh will not listen to you, but then I will do even more mighty miracles in the land of Egypt. Moses and Aaron performed these miracles in Pharaoh's presence, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he wouldn't let the Israelites leave the country. The end.
So basically the same shit as last time, only now he's going to kill firstborn.
People. He's going to kill lots of people.
And livestock again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, really, I mean, did those folks have livestock? Didn't we
right?
discuss
Didn't they already kill them all?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Exodus chapter 12 is coming up.
Yep. Let's go find out if he kills people. Yay.
Okay, let's try to do this section with no calamity.
Right.
Okay, Exodus chapter 12, the Passover. Isn't that like...
Does that have something to do with Easter?
I think that's like the Easter holiday thing.
But...
Like before Easter.
So I wonder... Whatever.
But wait, no, because Easter is about Jesus and we're not there yet.
Right, but maybe Passover is something other than Jesus.
Oh, maybe they do
and they
Passover
just coincide with
and
Easter.
Easter at the same time.
Or maybe they just use the word Passover and...
No, it has to do with the killing of the firstborn sons.
Okay.
So I wonder if they combined those two holidays into one time
Christianity
period.
stole,
all
things
of that
from
pagan
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I could see them doing that.
I could see them doing that for sure. I always had in my mind that Passover had to do with Easter itself. I had no idea that the two were.
Well, and they still might. We are very, ignorant when it comes to.
So there might be another Passover. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that we don't know shit. That's all.
All right. You are right there. We don't know shit.
Right.
Okay. While the Israelites were still in the land of Egypt, the Lord gave the following instructions to Moses and Aaron. From now on, this month will be the first month of the year for you. Announce to the whole community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, each family must choose a lamb or a young goat for a sacrifice, one animal for each household. If a family is too small to eat a whole animal, let them share with another family in the neighborhood. Divide the animal according to the size of each family and how much they can eat. That sounds like socialism.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
And sacrifice.
But it does sound like a holiday type thing,
right?
like
An
Passover
Easter thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The animal you select must be a 1-year-old male, either a sheep or a goat with no defects. Take special care of this chosen animal until the evening of the 14th day of this first month. Then the whole assembly of the community of Israel must slaughter their lamb or young goat at twilight.
At twilight.
Twilight.
It's very important.
Eastern Pacific.
Yeah.
Mountain time. They are to take some of the blood and smear it on the sides and top of the door frames of the houses where they eat the animal. See, they do this at Easter time. So
Do they really?
Yes.
You know people that smear blood on the doorways?
No, but this thing and something about ashes and shit like that.
That's Ash Wednesday or some shit.
And that comes around Easter time too.
Well, that's mostly like Catholic. It's not a...
But Christianity is Catholic. Catholic is like before the Protestants broke away from the church. So right. Catholicism is closer to Bible-y stuff really than even...
Not in my understanding. Catholicism is like... They took... it was very state-oriented and not true to the Bible. And that's why these other sects broke away, is because it was very not true to the Bible.
Well, no, it's not that it wasn't true to the Bible. It's that they were selling pardons and shit like that.
Well, sure, but they're also worshiping, the Virgin Mary and stuff like that, which is not necessarily called for in the Bible.
Worship the Virgin Mary. They pray to her and ask for her intervention.
But they've deified them.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't completely disagree, but I'm not like 100% enthusiastic about your response here.
Well, anyway.
Okay, whatever. That same night, they must roast the meat over a fire and eat it along with bitter salad greens and bread made without yeast. Why does the salad greens have to be bitter? Do not eat any of the meat raw or boiled in water. The whole animal, including the head, legs, and internal organs, must be roasted over a fire.
Good Lord.
What about the bones?
Eyeballs?
What about the bones? What about the brains? What about...
Sphincter.
Ew! No! Do not leave any of it until the next morning. Burn whatever is not eaten before morning. These are your instructions for eating this meal. Be fully dressed, wear your sandals, and carry your walking stick in your hand. Eat the meal with urgency, for this is the Lord's Passover. On that night, I will pass through the land of Egypt and strike down every firstborn son and firstborn male animal in the land of Egypt. I will execute judgment against all the gods of Egypt, for I am the Lord.
So wait, so we celebrate a day, or a slew of days, where we were told, where Christians were told to eat the whole of a lamb or whatever, sheep to whatever. And then
rub the blood on stuff.
People?
Yeah.
And that's what we celebrate.
Yeah. It's very exciting stuff.
Right?
Very exciting stuff.
Right before we celebrate the birth of Jesus.
Yeah. 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 It sounds like stuff the Mayans did, right? Like the Mayans did virgin sacrifices and stuff.
This is fucking nutty.
This is so nutty. But the blood on your doorpost will serve as a sign, marking the houses where you are staying. When I see the blood, I will pass over you.
Yeah, I will.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass right by that fucking house all day.
But I don't understand why...
I see. He's going to pass over them to not kill their firstborn.
Yeah, but I don't understand why God needs a sign. Like, doesn't he already know who the followers are?
No, remember we talked about this. He couldn't keep track of shit.
Yeah, he is not all-knowing.
No.
And also he
could barely keep track of Cain and Abel.
It's true. Where are you? Here I am. Well, and also he did just say that he's going to knock down the other gods.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, excuse you. I guess there's other gods then.
Apparently.
Okay. Well, those Christians are lying to me then when they keep saying that there's not other gods.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
liars.
in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. More than once, even.
Must be true to them.
Yeah.
Even.
Should be.
Yeah.
This is a day to remember. Each year, from generation to generation, you must celebrate it as a special festival to the Lord. This is a law for all time. For 7 days, the bread you eat must be made without yeast. On the first day of the festival, remove every trace of yeast from your homes. Anyone who eats bread made with yeast during the 7 days of the festival will be cut off from the community of Israel.
Well, we're fucked.
Well, I just gotta ask, like, I don't have beef with this, but, like, beef. But, like, why? Is it just because I said so, or is there, like, a health factor? Like, what is wrong with bread with yeast? It sounds like so arbitrary. Don't eat bread with crust. Don't eat apples with the skin on it. Like...
And who knows?
Only eat, when you cut a bread in half, only eat the right side, not the left. Like, what the fuck? On the first day of the festival, and again on the 7th day, all the people must observe an official day for holy assembly. No work of any kind may be done on these days, except in preparation of food. Celebrate this festival of unleavened bread, for it will remind you that I brought your forces out of the land of Egypt on this very day. This festival will be a permanent law for you. Celebrate the day from generation to generation. The bread you eat must be made without yeast from the evening of the 14th day of the first month until the evening of the 21st day of that month, so for a week. During those 7 days, there must be no trace of yeast in your homes. Not to repeat myself, but I don't want you to have yeast, bitches.
What if the women have a yeast infection?
Oh, burn.
I'm just saying.
It's true.
Yeah.
You see women, but, you know, guys can get yeast infections too.
Sorry. My bad.
But, I mean, it is more of
common.
a vagina thing
Right.
than a penis thing.
Yeah.
But, and not to, like, be binary with genders. Gender is the spectrum. But,
Right. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
I just want to make sure we aren't excluding anybody
No, I gotcha.
interested
I'm
in
totally
this
with you.
wonderful biblical discourse.
I was just trying to be funny. Now it's not funny.
Nope. I know how to kill a joke dead. Anyone who eats anything made with yeast during this week will be cut off from the community of Israel. These regulations apply to both the foreigners living among you and to the native-born Israelites. During those days, you must not eat anything made with yeast. Wherever you live, eat only bread made
Without yeast.
without yeast. You got it. Then Moses called all the elders of Israel together and said to them, "Go, pick out a lamb." Oh, is he going to read this whole thing again?
Probably.
Oh, fuck me. Go pick out a lamb or young goat for each of your families and slaughter the Passover animal. Drain the blood into a basin. Then take a bunch of hyssop branches and dip it into the blood.
Oh, see, this is new.
I don't know what the fuck a hyssop branch is.
I don't either, so we're going to fuck this all up if we have to do it.
What's it? Hyssop?
I'm
Hyssop?
curious.
I'll look that shit up.
This is very specific.
It's so specific.
Pacific.
Specific. Okay. Then take a bun. Oh, I just read that. Brush the hyssop across the top and sides of the door frames of your houses, and no one may go out through the door until morning.
Jesus.
Wow. So are you telling me that these people, these Christians, had no problem being quarantined to their home? That sounds suspicious because Christians seem to have a really fucking hard time being told, "Stay home, dumbass."
Yeah, you're infringing on their freedoms.
Well, apparently they don't mind it if God tells them.
Right.
I sure as fuck wish God would come down and say, "Hey, there's a pandemic, assholes. Stay home."
Well, I mean, Twitter God told him to stay home.
Well, Twitter's not a god.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed.
No, I'm talking about God on Twitter, you know.
Oh. God of Twitter. Oh, I love that account. It's so funny. Oh, okay. For the Lord will pass through the land to strike down the Egyptians. But when he sees the blood on the top and sides of the doorframe, the Lord will pass over your home. He will not permit his death angel. It says that. He will not prevent his death angel to enter your house and strike you down. Dude got a death angel.
Yeah.
Remember, these instructions are a permanent law that you and your descendants must observe forever. When you enter the land the Lord has promised to give you, you will continue to observe this ceremony. Then your children will ask, what does this ceremony mean? And you will reply, it is the Passover sacrifice to the Lord, for he passed over the houses of the Israelites in Egypt. And though he struck the Egyptians, he spared our families. When Moses had finished speaking, all the people bowed down to the ground and worshipped. Womp womp. So the people of Israel did just as the Lord had commanded through Moses and Aaron. The death of the firstborn. This is not a new chapter, just a new section.
Got it.
Sigh. And that night at midnight, the Lord struck down all the firstborn sons in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn son of Pharaoh, who sat on his throne, to the firstborn son of the prisoner in the dungeon. Even the firstborn of their livestock were killed. Pharaoh and all his officials and all the people of Egypt woke up during the night, and loud wailing was heard throughout the land of Egypt. There was not a single house where someone had not died. Pharaoh sent for Moses and Aaron during the night. Get out, he ordered. Leave my people and take the rest of the Israelites with you. Go and worship the Lord as you have requested. Take your flocks and herds as you said and be gone. Go, but bless me as you leave.
Does he say that?
It does.
Like, what the hell?
P.S.
Your God just, like,
Slaughtered you.
killed a bunch of people. And he's like, but bless me, please.
Yeah.
Thanks.
P.S. I love you. All the Egyptians urged the people of Israel to get the fuck off the land as quickly as possible, for they thought, we will all die. They weren't wrong. The Israelites took their bread and dough before yeast was added. They wrapped their kneading boards in their cloaks and carried them on their shoulders. And the people of Israel did as Moses had instructed. They asked the Egyptians for clothing and articles of silver and gold. So they robbed them on the way out.
Right.
The Lord caused the Egyptians to look favorably on the Israelites. And they gave the Israelites whatever they asked for. So they stripped the Egyptians of their wealth!
So wait, there was like mind control on the way out because they were just like, hey, we want some of your shit. And they're like, okay, here you go.
It literally says, so they stripped the Egyptians of their wealth! !
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay, another section here in the same chapter.
Okay.
I know it's getting long, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
The Israelites leave Egypt. Wah, wah, wah. That night the people of Israel left Ramses and started for Succoth. Suck it. There were about 600,000 men, plus all the women and children. A rabble of non-Israelites went with them, along with great flocks and herds of livestock. For bread, they baked flat cakes from the dough without yeast they had brought from Egypt. It was made without yeast because, why? The people were driven out of Egypt in such a hurry that they had no time to prepare the bread or other food. Oh, that's why. It wasn't because the God commanded them?
Right, I thought they whatever.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, they did have to get rid of all their yeast, so they probably didn't have any in the fucking house to begin with because,
but
if they did,
they were told
he wouldn't have passed over, so...
But they were specifically told, don't eat yeast, get rid of it.
For a certain amount of days.
Right.
Right.
For those 7 days.
Oh, yeah, and it was just the first night that he killed them all, so...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so, now, the reason that they had no yeast was because they left in such a hurry?
Right.
Why? Didn't they know this ahead of time? God told them.
Yeah. I don't know.
That sounds suspiciously like backloading a story again to me.
Right.
The people of Israel had lived in Egypt for 430 years. In fact, it was on the last day of the 430th year that all the Lord's forces left the land. On this night, the Lord kept his promise to bring his people out of the land of Egypt. So this night belongs to him, and it must be commemorated every year by all the Israelites from generation to generation. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, these are the instructions for the festival of Passover. Oh, God, more rules. No outsiders are allowed to eat the Passover meal, but any slave who has been purchased may eat it if he has been circumcised, because slavery and chopping of dicks is awesome. Temporary residents and hired servants may not eat it. Each Passover lamb must be eaten in one house. Do not carry any of its meat outside, and do not break any of its bones.
That is a lot of fucking...
It's crazy rules and it's arbitrary nonsense.
We ought to get like a big-ass poster that posts all these rules and put it up during Passover.
Right? If you're not doing this, you are breaking God's rules. In which case, you're going to burn in hell, and I don't ever want to hear anything about your Christian ass ever again.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything about Passover because, look, here's the fucking rules, and I know y'all don't do this.
Yeah, if you ain't doing this, then get the fuck out of here.
Right.
The whole community of Israel must celebrate this Passover festival. If there are foreigners living among you who want to celebrate the Lord's Passover, let all their males be circumcised. Only then may they celebrate the Passover with you like any native-born Israelites. So their celebration is completely dependent on the shape and size of your dick.
Right. What about the women?
Oh, they don't count.
Oh.
No, they're worse than the slaves.
Got it.
They just have vaginas and babies.
Okay.
But no uncircumcised male may ever eat the Passover meal. And we gonna look.
I mean, right? Like, all right, everybody drop trowel.
My dick is totally circumcised. I promise.
Everybody wash their hands? Yeah? Okay. All right, drop your pants.
Oh my God. This instruction applies to everyone, whether a native-born Israelite or a foreigner living among you. So all of the people of Israel followed all the Lord's commands to to Moses and Aaron. Not Joseph. My bad. On that very day, the Lord brought the people of Israel out of the land of Egypt like an army. The end. That's all I got.
Dicks look good. Let's eat.
I really like your dick. Want some lamb? Oh, you got some yeast going on down there, so you don't get no lamb this year.
I don't even know what to think about.
This is so full of bullshittery. I can't.
Like, I never really knew anything about Passover.
Right.
I was like, yep, comes before Easter.
Yep.
But now I'm like, you might as well be up on the fucking top of the Aztec Tower slaughtering fucking virgin whatever to the gods that are going to strike you with lightning. And
yeah.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
It's childish, too. It's
fucking
simplistic
ridiculous.
and childish. I'm sorry, but it is.
I don't want to hear it from a Christian ever again.
Right.
Because I'm going to be like, I know what's in your goddamn book.
And you either haven't read it, you skipped that chapter, or you don't really give as much of a fuck about it as you claim to. I know that for a fact. Do you think that people we know actually follow these rules?
No. I know they don't. I've never heard of any of this before. And I've been around lots of people who celebrate all, religious holidays. I have a lot of religious family members, like, I know that they don't celebrate, like, they don't do these things.
Do you think that they would say that it only applies if you're Jewish?
I don't know.
Because, I don't know, that whole thing is
I suppose that could be part of it. But then I know that Christians celebrate Passover.
And they also say, if it's in the Bible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
right.
It's in the Bible. So you either have to do it, or you have to claim that, you know what, sometimes the Bible's full of shit. And that's just okay.
Yeah.
I just, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, we're done.
I'm done. Hopefully next week will be less irritating and angering, and you won't cough, and the cat won't climb the Christmas tree and pull down the curtains.
Right. That would be wonderful.
That will be Exodus chapters 13 and 14.
All right, guys, we'll see you then.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Yes, wife.
Is there a way for people to contact us?
Well, sure. They can get on our Twitter account.
We have a Twitter account?
We do.
What is it?
It is sacrilegious_D.
Like D for discourse?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me put the whole thing, so I had to shorten it to _D.
I hate them.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
How do you spell sacrilegious? Do you know?
I don't want to. Just look it up in a dictionary or something. I don't want to do that right now.
You know why?
Sacrilegious_D. Okay?
Because you messed it up and I made you fix it. That's why.
Yeah.
What about an email?
Yeah, we got that too.
What is it?
sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to spell sacrilegious.
Right. Well, definitely get a hold of us. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And, any comments, hate mail. We love that kind of stuff.
Also, you could answer some questions that we leave throughout, or like correct my pronunciations.
Yeah,
They're probably
please.
bad, wrong, and horrible.
Because we suck sometimes.
Absolutely.
Oh, also, if you like this shit or whatnot, give us a like on your podcasting app and stuff, or even leave a comment or something.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Goodbye.